how important that is for an NBA locker room.
All right, second quarter.
Players do the policing. Coach sets a standard, but players individually call out other players. You know, whether it be timeout, whether it be halftime, whether it be pulling guys to the side, you know, in practice. When you have that going on, you see multiple guys doing that, that's when you know you have a good team.
Don't you need a player like this of Chandler's caliber and character, Greg, to make that kind of a teamwork? You know, have that feel in the locker room, that leadership role that everybody believes in and respects.
No doubt about it, Kevin. And that weighty stature is built on experience and credentials, as you mentioned, like having that championship ring or being an all-star. But when you have it and use it that way, the coach doesn't have to worry about the locker room. Because Chandler has got that covered.
The fact that, frankly, you got the lesser talented of the two.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And Stephen Clark, Pistons pretty much in control here.
You know, you can tell right now this team's on the same page. They are right where they want to be offensively.
Well, finding scores on time and on target with your passes, it makes scoring the ball easy for them.
They've got Warren. Henry Sims out there with Markieff Morris. Then there's Brandon Knight, and it's Weems in at the 2. So that's the Suns 5 as we get into the second quarter.
Now, I've been playing a lot of my career mode.
It's Knight with the drive, and he gets it to go from the high post. Knight's got 9 points.
And on the bench for the Suns is Jeff Hornacek, probably one of the tougher coaches in the league. He'll bend your ear if you make mental errors.
Detroit, no good that time either.
Gone away. I remember I was talking
Suns
about
trail by 7.
Come and go. Kind of feels a little gone.
Kicks it
right
to
now,
Morris.
to be honest.
All alone. The rebound by Johnson.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
The pass to Porzingis. The feed now to Booker. Three-pointer.
Stop doing that, but he's one of
and it's Phoenix with the rebound.
Yeah, definitely hit a cold streak here.
Defense is taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
A shot by Knight, no good.
The only one that's cold right now.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Sanders sets the screen for Jackson. Booker in the corner. Off target with his 3. Suns have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. A nice shot by Knight.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Some changes for Phoenix. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Morris. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Brandon Knight. Drummond's checked in for Detroit. Caldwell Pope comes in for Johnson.
Is you have a good chance of getting rebounds, you know? Guy's a monster.
Jackson against Bledsoe. Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. He locks up the alley-oop pass, and Drummond throws it down.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Nice job coming off that screen. And that's now 6 points for Eric Bledsoe.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now.
Ball.
You know, he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Here's Warren. Bledsoe with it. Guarded now by Jackson. From the stripe. The shot by Sims, no good. Detroit leading by 5.
You know, there was a time when some thought Tyson Chandler would be a drab bust, but you know, it took some time before he found his niche.
Still trying.
Has been one of the best bigs in the NBA for the span of his career. You know, that shows you also when you draft guys out of high school, they're going to need a couple more years to really define.
Drummond, I run almost no offense for. I'll do like
some changes
stuff every now and then.
Len comes in
but
for Henry Sims, and it's P.J. Tucker in for Warren.
Like
Detroit also making some changes. Kenneth Faried's checked in for Porzingis, and it's Green in for Booker. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. Chandler was a bit of a late bloomer, but you can't argue with his presence on the floor now.
Well, he won a title and embodies what you need to do in order to win titles. I mean, Chandler makes all the difference on defense, and that's why teams will just still want him even late in his career. Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out.
So
This is the
I suspect it's going to be Detroit in a nutshell.
Bledsoe passes to Weems. Phoenix, no good that time either. Detroit leading by 5. Pass to Caldwell Pope. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
1:53 left to play here in the half. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Here's Bledsoe. Uses the glass to finish the race. Bledsoe's got 8 points.
So used to playing
And
center.
that's what you like to see right there. A solid move to give himself some room and take it inside.
Bledsoe against Jackson. Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
This is one of the little quirks.
And the
It becomes
Suns
more
call
evident
time.
to me in the career mode.
Jackson made some noise about wanting a big contract to be moved last year. Ultimately, he was
kind of feels like maybe the game is
Kevin traded
floating
from
in the
the
background
Thunder
or
to the
something.
Pistons,
Again, it's
and
much more
it
pronounced
actually
to me in the
happened
career mode, and I'll
on
comment
deadline
it
day.
there when I show it.
Lures checked in for
it
Tyson
is
Chandler.
something that
And
slows
Detroit with a
down
change here,
how
too.
the game plays.
Morris is checked in for
Not a real
Kentavious
big
Caldwell Pope. And the foul called on Daniel Green.
There are times when you'd rather just get
That's
to the
his first
action
foul.
and, skip through all the little cinematics, and even if instead you turn that stuff down.
Weems dishes to Lamb,
Still happens.
and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And when we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
Drummond a screen. The drive by Jackson. Pulls up. And Green with the basket on the assist by Jackson. Green's got 12 points in the game.
From out there.
And if you go back, remember Jackson struggled with the Pistons last year as well. So the team went on a losing streak as soon as he got there. And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Outside, Green. Green missing again. Suns trail by 7.
And this should be the last possession of the quarter.
Exactly. I'm right with you there, Greg. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter. Make sure you get the last shot here.
Bledsoe. That is good. 10 points for him.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be at.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Pistons lead by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Detroit finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They lead by 5. Kenny, some perspective, please.
You know what jumps out at me? Their efficiency on the offensive end. They shared the basketball. Good shot selection. They showed a lot of patience, and that patience will be tested the rest of the way.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Phoenix?
You know, 2 things went on in the first half. Yes, we saw good offense take advantage of mediocre defense, but we also saw a motivated team take advantage of a team that didn't want to hustle. They need an attitude adjustment.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
Finish up
One guy who's been getting it done is Danny
and I'll
Green.
just add on
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect